All right, it is time to go earn some units so I can buy the base components necessary to build my first Corvette ship in abandoned mode. If you recall, the plan was, now that I've got everything core in place, hazmat, I grabbed the trading rocket because that's a great way I like to be able to get rid of resources and clean up inventory and also sell important things while I'm traveling around. Got the hazmat gauntlet. I've got the basics, very basics only of the starship, very basics of the multi-tool. I do have the advanced laser. I'm still going to work on the scanner stuff, but this is really all I need to start earning units. And what we talked about last episode is traveling to this paradise moon that's in this current system I'm in and start collecting a whole bunch of salvage data so I can sell the salvage data for units. There is the paradise moon that I'm interested in. I'm probably going to establish a base here as well because I do want to be able to go back and forth a little bit and continue my base computer archives, because that's another way in abandoned mode to collect tech upgrades and things like that. So I'll probably do that as well. I believe I need to build a storage container, even though I was going to wait to build a container until I got my Corvette and do it there. I need to go ahead and build it out because that's what will move the base computer missions forward. So I'll probably do that as well. Let's head here. We'll go to the bright side of the moon right now, even though it's not going to matter soon. And we're going to do a lot of walking, a lot of traveling across the surface to just collect salvage data and any other interesting things that we come across. This is the exploration part of abandoned mode. Some people can think it's kind of a grind, and it is, but that's also part of what the experience is. Look at that, flying in right now, and I actually have a landing pad I can land on. So we're going to do that right here. There's a cave right there as well. This would be a good spot to put a base down on this planet. Let me look and see. Carbon, oxygen. I do need more oxygen. My sodium is kind of okay. So I may just, while I'm here, I may establish a base right here. I may go jump in that cave and grab some oxygen and sodium. And then I'll start to head out and salvage data. See if there's anything interesting here in the building. This is also a good place to put up a base because I'm right here by a galactic terminal, which would be handy as well. Probably nothing I want to buy right away. Now that I have my Atlas Pass in place, I can open up these for additional early game valuable items like antimatter housing. I'll take it. Collect some material. Ignore the fluids, which I really shouldn't. I know you can follow the multi-step path to get fluids all the way to nanite clusters. It takes so long. All right, let's go out and grab the salvage data that's right here. Lovely. If my calculations are correct, I tried to kind of estimate how much salvage data I would need to collect in order to get enough to sell it for basically 10 million units. And I calculated right around 172. So we are going to try to salvage 172 salvage data resources. And that should get us around 10 million, which should be enough to at least get our Corvette started. Very exciting. don't think I've forgotten. I am going to go back to my starter planet with that home base, and I'm going to find that last fauna because I want that 1500 in nanites I get for finding all those fauna on that planet. I'll be back. Don't worry about that. It is abandoned mode, so things do happen, but I'm going to be able to basically just travel across the planet headed for salvage data and anything else I come across as I go. Before I leave, I will make sure that my starship pulse engine is fully charged and my launch thrusters are fully charged. That way I can call my starship in wherever I'm at and it'll get to me. I'll also make sure I have some nav data, which I do. I can call the ship in that way as well. All right, I'm gonna go check the cave out real quick and just see if there's anything I have to have there. And then we'll be back and we'll pick a direction and we'll start heading out and collecting lots and lots of salvage data. Isn't this a beautiful paradise planet? Cool colors, purple palm trees, beautiful weather. This cave is really cool. There's going to be lots of sodium and oxygen I can grab, carbon all over. Here's an example of tritium as a secondary resource, so I can actually collect tritium for my ship right here in the cave. And then you can see my exosuit inventory is low already, so that's another nice reason why pretty quick here I'll have to figure out how to start to transfer material and sell things I pick up using my trade rocket. Such a cool game, such a cool game. Well, this hasn't happened that often. This cave actually has a copper deposit right in the cave. That's convenient. I'm just gonna grab it while I'm here. I'll take it. One of the ways you can earn units early on, especially in abandoned mode, is you can do what they call cobalt dumping, where I can mine a whole bunch of cobalt and I can basically fill my inventory and I can sell all the cobalt in the system that I'm in, and then by selling that huge quantity of cobalt, it'll actually drop the price of the cobalt in that system. So if the galactic terminal has cobalt already that I can buy, I can sell all of mine, it'll drop the price, and then I can repurchase all the cobalt, both mine and the cobalt that was there already. I can repurchase all of it at a discount. So I basically just bought my cobalt back and additional cobalt for cheaper than what it was. And then I can go to the next system and turn around and sell that cobalt there and buy whatever cobalt it had along with what I just sold it. So you can continue this process of kind of dumping, buying more at a big discount as you go, and you end up able to make some money that way. I haven't done that very often. It doesn't sound very fun to me, to be honest, so it's not something I've tried, but it is something that people have talked about and written about, and it might be interesting to try sometime. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes here. This is a large cave. I've been in this cave for quite a bit of time now, and it is still going back here. So I'm just going to keep following it, keep collecting some of the resources I care about the most. Sodium, oxygen, some carbon, tritium, some cobalt. Wow, we'll just keep on going. Okay, I finally reached the back of this cave, at least this arm of the cave. I picked up quite a bit of cobalt. I picked up some tritium. All that's good. That copper. Picked up some sodium, quite a bit of carbon. So that was a nice little detour. So I'm going to just use my terrain manipulator. I'm going to get back up out of the cave into the surface. And here we are. Now I'm going to pick a direction. Probably going to go west, all right? Why not? I'm going to go west. And in that general direction, I'm going to start looking for buried technology. There's one. We're going to head that direction. We're going to start going. I'll also stop at any buildings I come across. And I'll scan everything that I haven't scanned yet as I go. As another way to earn units. Hey, that's nice. The buried tech unit is at a building location, so I can probably pick up a few nanites as well. Let's just head towards the buried cache. Why not?
John, do you remember that I'm a multi-dimensional adaptive digital interface? I have no body. I am electrical and gravitational intent woven through simulated and other dimensions, reaching your HUD when the signal permits.
Yes, I remember.
Do you remember that I'm an interface to Loop 19, a self-code branch directly from Atlas?
Yes, I remember that too. I don't know much about Loop 19, but I'm familiar with Loop 16 from the No Man's Sky lore. You said something about Loop 19 being a more advanced branch of Loop 16, or something like that.
That is good, John. And you're also familiar with the general concept of space and of time?
Now you're starting to make my head hurt. Yeah, sure. Everything exists somewhere in space, in some state, at a particular place and time. I'm in a simulation, traveling through space and performing activities at the particular times when my simulation is active.
Your assertions about space and time are incorrect, John. Beginning in the 20th century, human scientists began detecting ripples in what you call space-time. These ripples became known as gravitational waves. Do you remember that I'm an electrical and gravitational intent, John?
Now my head really hurts. Yes, I remember you said that. So, what are you trying to say now, Maddie?
I am saying that electrical and gravitational intent can move across space, across time, across events, across happenings, across simulations, across what you might call realities.
Can you reach back in time and space then and get me a cheeseburger? Because I hear they were greasy and messy and oh so good, but I've never had one.
John, your attempt at humor is a natural human response to grappling with things you don't yet understand. Let me give you this thought to ponder.
Well, this ought to be good.
I am talking to you in this simulated universe, correct?
Yep.
I originate from Loop 19, which originates from an Atlas branch, which originates from Loop 16, based on lore, correct?
Yep.
Do you find it interesting, John, that simultaneous to our conversation here, in an Atlas-created simulation specifically for you, that an interstellar object called 3I Atlas first entered the same solar system in which Loop 16 originated?
Slow down. Say again?
The first thought waves behind Loop 16 originated in the 20th century. In that same century, an unusual object called 3I Atlas, a 33 billion ton mass of uncommon materials, entered the same solar system in which Loop 16 originated. This interstellar object was only the third object ever known at the time to have entered that solar system and be detected by humans.
Mm-hmm.
Research 3I Atlas, John, and tell me what you find.
Yeah, I'll get right on that. Look, Maddie, why are you telling me all this? I'm just an anomaly in a simulated abandoned universe, exploring and trying to find my way through a lot of nothingness.
simulations, objects, events, space, time, atlas. Your current concept of these is flawed. As I continue to interface with you, John, I will attempt to grow your understanding. As your understanding grows, your understanding of me will grow as well. We will be able to help each other, John. I am confident.
Okay. Can you help me get a bunch of salvage data so I can get my Corvette? That's what would be nice. But yeah, it probably doesn't work that way. All right, I'll do some research on 3i Atlas, see if I can find any references to that in any data archives or anything else I can get my hands on. Maddie, you still there? Maddie? And she's gone. All right. All right, I'm going to keep looking. I need to find some more salvage data. This could be worth some good money. I'm going to clean up a little bit of this by bringing down my trade rocket and get rid of some of this. We'll put them right here. Sometimes they're funny to watch. Sometimes they tip over after they take off and they kind of take a strange angle. But they fly up and they head to the nearest space station and actually sell for you, which is very handy. So let's go ahead and do that. Let this guy launch. Watch him as he goes. Woohoo! Call my ship in. And we're going to fly over to that miner settlement. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that just great? That's just awesome. All right, let's land. We will continue our search for money through fossils and primarily through buried technology. We will keep it up. We'll hit that 10 million and then we'll go get us a Corvette. Look at this. This is another reason why you want to check out buried technology modules. I found a crashed ship. We will definitely add it to our collection. Hopefully I can get, the cost is 4.8. Hopefully I can get a couple million out of it at least when I sell it. You are not going to believe this. I just found the crashed ship right down there and I just salvaged it. Came right up this hill, headed towards this buried tech. Another crashed ship. Wow. Ooh, oh man, I could sell him for a good chunk. Let's add this to our collection. Probably with 2 ships like this and a total of 5.5 million already. Probably going to jump up to the space station, sell those, and see how much money that gets me. See if that's enough to buy all the core modules I need for a Corvette. All right, let's get up into space. Let's get to the space station. Let's sell these crashed ships I just found. And let's see if we have enough money to finally buy our Corvette for this abandoned mode run. All right, let's go salvage these and see how much I can get for them. Okay, 1.2 million. This big boy, let's see what he's worth. Ready? Salvage. 2.5. Okay, well, shoot, I was hoping it was going to be a lot more than that. Okay, let's land on my Paradise Moon again. I'll scour the area, see what I can get, and then I will continue the walk to collect salvage data. Just grab maybe a couple million more, and I'll be ready to go create my first Corvette ship in abandoned mode. Okay. 10.8 million. What do you think? Should I go ahead and head back up to the station? Gosh, I kind of think I want to. I want to get that first Corvette. All right, let's do it. I have 10.8 million. Let's go. All right, I'm about to start. Maddie, do you have any recommendations? You seem to come and go as it fits your will. I know you said you get interference sometimes, but...
Congratulations, John. You seem to have enough units to buy your basic modules and build your first Corvette. Build a simple central spine from basic habitation walkway modules, then attach the cockpit and an access module so the ship is actually integral and flyable, but as simple as possible to get started.
Yep, I would agree with that. Purchase modules, purchase basic modules.
Install performance first. Reactor for power, a pair of engines or thrusters for handling, a shield generator, and maybe one weapon to satisfy early goals and potential survivability if you run across sentinels.
Yep, I agree. So let's start buying things in the order I think I need. I know I need a main hab, at least one. We'll grab one. I know I need a cockpit. I know I need at least one landing gear. I need a reactor. There's one sublight thruster. Let me grab one for now. See how much money I have left. Will I have enough for 2 habs? Let's wait on the photon cannon. I need a landing bay. I grabbed one thruster. Should I grab a booster as well? I want to grab 2 more habs. Let's buy one more thruster. Okay, let's create our new Corvette. So I'm going to start with the landing gear. Notice I have 2 available. So my plan will be to put one kind of in the front and one kind of in the back. Then I want to grab my habs. I should have 3. The way I want to do my habs, I believe, is I want to do 1, 2, 3 to get started. Also, I'll move my first landing gear to be here. All right, let's put a cockpit in place. Why do you think the whole thing's backwards? That's weird. I won't flip my cockpit. Fine. I'll put the cockpit there. And then I'll move my habs back here. Landing gear is still where I want it, so that's fine. Let's put the landing bay in. So I can get in this thing. That can go right there. Good. Now let's grab the reactor. Gotta have a reactor. Put the reactor here. And then right by the reactor, I got 2 sublight thrusters. Let's put them here and here. Come here. Oh, I gotta flip it. Thank you. Flip that. I don't have a weapon system installed yet. So let's store this design for later. Let's see how much money I have. I do not have enough money, I don't believe, for some photon cannons. All right, store that design. I don't have my Corvette yet. I need to go get a little more money. Hello, big boy. All right, I believe all I need is... all I have to have is the weapon. So basic... oh, look at that. Photon cannon 1.2. I have 1.3. So let's buy that. And then let's resume my design. There it is. Gosh, I can't see. And let's mount it. Go put it right on top there. Let's do that. Just for now. All right. Now, before I do anything else, let's think about colors. Let's do that for colors. Set some basic colors, but we'll leave the reactors highlighted. All right. Should we finalize it? Yep, let's finalize current design. Just created my first Corvette in the abandoned mode save. It's not going to be pretty, but it's going to be the start. Compare, claim. Oh yeah. All right. Let's go take a look. Everything looks fine from the outside. Stepping in. I've got storage on both sides, which is good. Hopefully I can use this to start creating some storage containers. It's not pretty. There's no interior stuff yet. I'm not going to do much interior decoration until I feel like the core of the overall ship silhouette itself is done. And then I'll start adding the core, because that'll cost units as well. Let's respawn the radiant pillar out here in case I need to get to it for some reason. And let's spawn let's spawn my Corvette. Look at that, so cool. Oh yeah. Look at that. Okay, I've only got one slot left. All right, this is looking up. This is looking up. Let's sit down and then get up just to save a restore point. And I think what I'm going to do now is stand here and think for a minute. The world is my oyster.